Oh, I've been meaning to touch on this. Okay, how important is foreplay to you? Foreplay, oral sex. It's important. It's majorly important. I think it's the thing that gets the wheels turning. It's foreplay. It's the thing you do before you play. You know, I think anyone who doesn't see fit to engage in foreplay is not fit to play at all. That's just my view. I mean, you know, it gets the juices flowing. It just does. It's just good. It's just nothing wrong with it. It's this taboo thing. I don't know why. It's just okay to play before you play. I don't know. People just want to receive, happy to receive, but not to give. And there is a problem with that. It's a two-player game. You must get involved. It's the warm-up. It's the stretch. It's like the early rehearsal for the big game. You know what I mean? It's, yeah, you need to loosen up, you know? It's just good. I'm an advocate for foreplay. I'm an advocate for oral sex. I have no problem with it at all. I recommend it. I've just never had a problem with it. I'm just not against it. I just don't see what the big fuss is about and why it's such a taboo thing. It's part of the love-making experience. It's part of intimacy. You know, it just is. It's not evil. You know, it's not all these negative things that I hear people talking about when they're describing it or expressing their views about it. Just not for me anyway. It's just not a bad thing. It's a great thing. It's something to be celebrated. It's a thing that, you know, you can share with a person and you can, you know, provide or give pleasure to someone. It's not this. It's a beautiful thing. You know, it should be loved, cherished, and appreciated and enjoyed. Let me say enjoyed, just as much as sex itself. It's part of sex. You know, it's part of sex. It is the warm up. You know, it's the I appreciate you. I want to give you pleasure. I want to you know, make you feel good. I care about how you feel. I want to give you pleasure. I want to relax you. You know, I want to share that with you. There's so much can be said about it. I'm sure you guys have your own views in regards to, you know, the whole topic, you know, giving, receiving. I know there's people out there that prefer receiving than giving. I actually, myself, I find, if I'm honest with you, as we're here, I find that it is a thing that I get pleasure out of giving the pleasure. I receive pleasure from that. As much as I enjoy receiving, I enjoy giving as well. I just get high off of the giving as well as the receiving pleasure of oral sex and of foreplay in general. It's the foreplay that your parents played before you got here, and their foreparents before them, and so on and so forth. So let's get to foreplaying before we don't get to play at all. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to be a woman to know what women like. You know, I just have to have been practicing. I just have to have been a practitioner, a listener. It requires listening, you know, listening to a woman's body, listening to a man's body if you're a woman, or whatever you are, or whatever you do and however you get down. It's about listening to the other person's body. You have to be able to listen to reactions, how they're feeling, how you're making them feel, how they're responding, all of that stuff. You know what I'm talking about. I have absolutely no problem. If I am into somebody, I am going downtown. I am going down south. I am in there like swimwear. Trust me, it is not a problem to me. I don't know. I just don't know why it's such an issue, especially the guy thing. I hear so many women talking about guys not being into it, all of these reasons and excuses. Just a stream of consciousness I had and thought I'd get engaged with you all. I see this and that, you know, memes and things I see across the internet when I'm online, and I thought I'd get involved in the conversation somewhat, or at least put in my 10 pence, my 2 pence, my 1 pence, my thought, my feelings, you know, my standpoint on it as a guy, you know. I think there needs to be some input there, more so, you know, more in depth than the odd comment and, you know, reaction to a meme a female may have posted on say Facebook or Instagram or wherever. I just wanted to, add something to the conversation, you could say. And here I am on the record saying how I feel about the subject. I would say my 25 years as a practitioner in the area, so to speak, qualifies me as an authority to speak speak on the subject. I have written poetry about this subject. I have recorded poetry about this subject. I have performed poetry in front of live audiences about this subject. I am passionate about this subject. You may notice we're just not talking about the things that matter, the important things that we should all be discussing. We're just not doing it. I mean, the things like this that really matter. And with all of that said, lest we forget, let's keep it clean. You know, no one wants a cardiac arrest, you know, from uncleanness or uncleanliness. So let's keep it tip-top, you know, top of the line, clean and fresh. You know, it's important, very important, extremely important. It's like a must-do before we even consider it. So, yes, let's keep that in mind. Keep it clean, keep it clean. Everyone has a view about it, everyone has a thought about it, even if they don't express it, you know, their own personal feelings about it or stuff they've expressed with only friends or whatever, or their partner, or maybe haven't expressed it with their partner. Maybe they should, maybe they should. But yeah, I just wanted to share my couple 2 pence thoughts about it to you guys. So, you know, what are your thoughts on oral sex and foreplay, and how important is it to you in regards to intimacy? Let me know what you think. Well, what are your thoughts? Are you for or against?